This episode of GBN Cast is brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head on over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV. What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to the GBN Cast, episode 3 for August 30th, 2013. I'm Gary Gannon. Joining me this week is Mr. Michael Byrne. How are you, sir?
Fantastic, sir. How about yourself?
Excellent. Quentin Bowers. Hello, hello.
Hey, it is hot in Hotlanta.
Hotlanta.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And joining us this week, Adrian Clark, Little Missy. Hello, hello.
Hi, guys.
Got a few more, bringing more and more people on. This is the most we can do. 4 of us. That's it. So we're here to talk about the GameBreaker Nation, what's been going on, what's going to be happening, and what's up for the week. So I'll start a quick first up on the docket. This week, we finally got to see GameBreaker. The migration happened. I've talked about it on the last show that the big thing with the GameBreaker Nation was to get the current GameBreaker.tv site up and running, all proper like on the new layout, and that has happened. You can see it's here. Hopefully you guys like it. Leave us feedback in the show. Actually, let us know what you think of the new layout. Hopefully it's a little easier for you guys to find stuff and read. We like it. We like it. So far, it seems to be pretty positive. We've even got a schedule now, believe it or not, that works. Yep, on the right-hand column there. Tell you when the shows are, so that's all good, good. I wanted to point out 2 quick things on the website real quick. So I know some people were talking about with all the new sites launching and stuff, maybe how to move around them from site to site. So we added this little drop down up here. It says GameBreaker sites, and you can go to any of the GameBreaker Nation sites from here and bounce back and forth. So just wanted to point that out. That's there for you. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was the U-Report thing. This is a brand new feature across all the GameBreaker sites. I've kind of talked about it on some of the past casts, but basically what U-Report is it's a way for you, the community, to actually send in content to us at GameBreaker and get it posted up on GameBreaker in the U-Report section. So video content, we're not taking guides, at least right now for the time being. No written guides, all video stuff. But anything you got, anything gaming related. So video guides, walkthroughs, let's plays, what else? Machinima, reviews, news, if you want to cover news, anything like that is really, some people are sending in music, right? Like doing some of the Final Fantasy theme music. There's a piano player doing that. Anything like that. YouTube videos, basically, guys send. One thing we're not, I saw a couple people out there sending us links to their Twitch stream as a U-Report saying like, here's what I'm streaming. That's not going to get posted. Just telling you right now. That's not what this is for. This is not like to publicize your Twitch channel. It is packaged content, not your live content. So just wanted to clear that up. So the first big step for the GameBreaker Nation was to do this. And we got the migration last Sunday. We did it, shut down for about 6 hours, I think. Got it all working. Went pretty smoothly. Hiccup here or there, the beginning of the week. We were working on that, some coding stuff we had to work through. But everything's here. All the posts are here. All the shows are here. And you can see some of the stuff is getting into some different areas and stuff like that. We got the geek culture side now. Social stream page is really interesting. If you guys check that out, just kind of gives you a big dump of just stuff about MMOs. So it's kind of like the grab bag section. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a goodie bag. You just kind of scroll through and just see what happens. So that updates all dynamically, all really cool stuff. So check that out. So that was the big one. We had to get past that hurdle, and we did. So that's pretty much set. Next steps to GameBreaker Nation are now probably starting after this holiday weekend are some of the coding on the back end to make the GameBreaker Nation possible again, which we had working already on the previous site. But like I said, we had to get to the new site. So now we've got to work on some of that stuff, which is like some coding things. And the other big thing that we're sort of still talking to a couple different developers and stuff is trying to work out the single sign-on solution for all of you guys. That's something I really want to try and make happen. I still don't have a date. I still don't know when. As soon as we know, you'll find out about it here on GBN Cast. But that is something. So the goal is hopefully to have you sign in one place once, and then you're signed into all the GameBreaker Nation sites, and in all the forums, all that kind of good stuff. But it's a pretty big undertaking, and we're looking into it. So I don't have any reporting to do on that. I guess I got one question here that was kind of specific towards me. So I'll answer that from Deadstein. He says, I know you're getting sites for new games out first, but I can't wait for the WoW Nation and GW2 Nation sites. I don't know. I'm kind of, we talk about this almost like weekly, and it's like, it comes up and it's like, should we do the WoW Nation? I don't know. I don't have a date, and I don't even know if we should do it or we shouldn't do it. I'm not sure yet. With the game being so old, I don't know. It's definitely, it's possibility. I think we're going to get some of the other newer games out first. And the next two up are EverQuest Next and WildStar. EverQuest Next forums, you should see probably next week. At least the forums, maybe the whole entire site. Not sure yet. But I don't know. WoW Nation, GW2 Nation. What do you guys think? I mean, we can just talk about it for a couple minutes. Like, I don't really know. Like,
as far as like WoW Nation, like Warcraft Nation, trying to get that thing going, is everybody's already got their places that they like going to get their information. So you've got WoWhead. For a while there, you had Tank Spot. I'm not sure how that's going.
MMO Champion. You've got all these.
Yeah, MMO Champion. Like so many places that you could go to get your information and hang out with people. And it's like we can't really like that's just dipping our fingers and trying to create something out of that's already well established already. So
again, I'm not going to say no, but I kind of agree with you. We're just not sure. We'll see. Maybe we need it. Maybe if there's enough, if we sort of see enough interest just from the GBN alone, I guess possibly that would give us incentive to do it, even if it is a smaller site. I just, I don't see us at all being in line with what some of those other sites can offer on the WoW front specifically. I don't know how we could compete with like the updates and the frequency and all the news and everything. So I don't know. So to answer your question, I don't know. Q, what do you got this week?
To answer your question,
I don't know. Hey, I'll be honest. I just don't know some of them.
Soon.
Possibly.
Working as intended.
So I had a couple of things. For myself, I know I put out a while ago that we were looking for writers, and a whole bunch of you sent in samples and everything else. And I've been really, really slow about getting in contact with everybody doing it. Part of the reason for that is because Gary keeps deciding we need new sites. So it's partially his fault. But, so...
Stop. We're almost to the point of sites outnumbering volunteers at the moment.
Exactly, but at the same time, I have to get the writers positioned into the new sites that they're doing. So like we have a couple of WoW people. We have Ashley, who was actually brought on to write Hearthstone articles. So now we have to move her over to Earth Nation. And part of I've basically been kind of waiting to see exactly what we need and bring those people on. I will probably be contacting people first for actually just GameBreaker proper, so that we have more general writers, and those of you who are like really selective about what you want to write, it may take a little bit longer. But I mean, I am still wanting to bring more volunteers on to write and get everybody set up.
Now, what about site moderators? I think we need some more of them as well. You were talking about.
Yeah, so Justin actually put out a post for that as well, and it is on the. I can't remember which site he put it on, but I'll put it in the post when I do the write-up for this so you guys can find it. Was it on GameBreaker?
It was on GameBreaker. I know where it's at. I socialed it.
We don't even know where we're posting things anymore.
It's such not a big. Why everything is such a big deal? You look at like Zam's network. Look at Curse's network. They have like 50 sites. We have what, 4?
I'm so glad we're not that high.
We will be, Missy. We will be. Give me another 60 days. Don't
Give them
worry.
another 72 hours.
It's just the transitional period. We'll
It
be
is.
fine.
It is. It is. It's all new for everybody. We ran one site for like a couple years, and that's all we kind of focused on. And now it's a matter of all the back end, like, facilitating all the different, people and kind of where they belong and how things get into the back end of systems. It's we're in a transition period, just trying to position people correctly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it really comes down to. But yeah, we are looking for moderators for all the sites. Justin is, instead of doing what we used to do where I would just sit and chat and sit in the forums and watch and go, okay, this person would be a really good moderator, and picking them out, we are actually taking applications for volunteer positions. So you can volunteer for, if you're really interested in doing XIV Nations forums, you can volunteer for that, or you can volunteer for GameBreaker.
And I think to talk
other million sites.
And I think to kind of just let people they think about this, like people who want to be mods, like we don't take it lightly. We definitely don't just like mod anyone. And Q and Missy kind of are like, the CIA over here, and they like wiretap you. No, but they'll watch everything you do. Believe me, they'll watch you on Twitter. They'll watch you on Facebook. They'll watch you in our chat. Like they want to see how you conduct yourself and communicate with other people, like in like a social setting. Because even as the moderators, we kind of run a tight ship when it comes to modding. We're a little bit stricter with how we want our communities, what the internet is tolerant of. And moderators and community people represent GameBreaker. So it's not just as simple as like, oh, you get the sword on Twitch and that's it. No, like, so what you do kind of reflects on us. So we kind of watch all over the place. So I guess my point being is that for people out there who want to be mods, or part of the GameBreaker Nation, which Missy's going to talk about a little bit more on on that kind of a level, we take it really seriously, and we kind of watch all over the internet. We don't just like kind of, just take anybody because you're interested. So I would just think about sort of how you may, if you're interested in one of these positions, at least, I think you should really think about sort of how you conduct yourself and how you sort of interact with people on the internet, because it really, to be part of this in any way, shape, or form, it extends beyond the walls of the Twitch chat or the GameBreaker forums. Like that is a definite thing. Like it's everywhere. So
I scare people because I can find them on the Warcraft forums.
we do.
Moderation is a way of life.
It should be pointed out, though, that what we do not do, we look for a very particular type of people to be mods, but we're not going to tell you not to be yourself. If we bring you on, it's because we already know that you're really good for the position, and we're not going to tell you not to voice your opinion or, be a normal human being. So that's kind of the other thing. It takes a little bit of balance on your part then to kind of look at what you're doing sometimes and be like, am I just being really grumpy and being a jerk for no particular reason whatsoever while I'm moderating? Maybe I should pull back. But
and we've everybody has fallen, into that, like nobody's perfect, and we have people who like things happen sometimes, and the ban hammer comes down a little bit too much. What is this, dude? Do not look at emails or forums when first awake. Look, she has a little dose to herself because you're grumpy in the morning. It's true. It's true. Hey. So
I've had to come back and apologize because I'll look at something in the morning and just be like,
I'll send something to Missy to go out on Facebook first thing, and I'll get a reply. Just, I'm sorry. I needed to wait 45 minutes before I asked for that. I apologize, Missy. I was totally in the wrong.
Hey, it's not easy dealing with the internet every day. It takes a certain type of person who wants to be a part of community, because sometimes you're dealing with the same question 1,000 times, and by the 500th time, you still sort of have to answer it in a way that like, okay, this person didn't see my answer like the 500 times I just did in the past like 30 minutes. So things like that take a lot of patience, and sometimes, you break. You have a question here, Q. You want me to read it? Silver Taurus. It's kind of a long one. I'll read it to you. You want to read it?
oh, it's story time with Gary?
I can be moderator. I can't read it like Coltrane can read it, but I wish I could.
Oh, well, yeah, we just need him to voice.
So let's see. Silver Taurus says, so basically the most popular are videos and pictures to watch. Okay. When I simply see article with just lots of text, unless I'm really interested, I skip the topic. Do you think it would be possible to make audio articles? I understand videos might take too much time, but do you think so? Basically, they want to make audio articles. So this kind of piggybacks on our news hits again, which we do video. But video is our thing. Like that's sort of our thing. So I don't see us doing audio hits. Like if we're gonna do anything, we're gonna do video.
Well, the other thing about it is doing audio in some cases is harder than doing video, because it's all about what you're saying and less about the visuals that are going on with it. And if you're doing it by yourself or something, it's just really hard to kind of get everything across and be interesting and entertaining at the same time. And like I said, I think last week, a lot of writers too, they're not interested in doing that kind of thing. They want to write because they are writers, and that's absolutely what they're good at.
Yep.
They should be doing.
I miss writing.
See?
No, it's absolutely the case. Like not all writers are people who should be or want to be in front of a camera or in front of a microphone. It's usually two completely different skill sets. It's usually not even the same thing. I'm laughing at chat because somebody says in before Coltrane is reading every article on GameBreaker. That's it.
Audible.
That's really what it is. We just need to hire Coltrane full time so you can just sit here in the office just reading everything, and we'll just put it all together. So I'd say, yeah, Silvator's probably would not. That's probably not going to happen. So probably not audio articles. If ever we do get back to video, which I think we actually will at some point. I just don't know when, but I honestly do think that we will get back to news hits for video. But since it's take a little time, it's going to take a little time because the first thing I think we need to do it right. And Mike Schaffner and I were talking about this actually this week after we had the question last week about news hits, was that I think to do it, we need to go to go to the next level, and we probably actually need either a larger space here or we actually need an additional space. So like I need to get actually more production space, which is probably what I would do, is get a small extra space here in the facility we're in, which is like tons of production studios. But we don't even have the room anymore. Like Schaffner turned our kitchen into a green screen studio. So, and he's now using that like 3 times a week, so that we can't do it in there, which we could have. There's no more room in this studio at all. This place is actually
an East Coast office.
Oh,
No, 2
snap.
years. 2 years we'll
Atlanta
have.
office.
Put an Atlanta office in. I'll move to Atlanta. We'll
2 years.
get that up and running.
Hey,
Missy's got this planned out. Yeah,
2 years from now.
2 years.
Hey, I'm not. All right, so
office.
we'll talk about that. I'm not totally opposed to possibly putting it somewhere else. I don't know. It's whatever makes sense, as far as hosting stuff goes. But, Bern, what do you have on the XIV Nation front?
Yeah, going back to your whole thing about having to say things 100 times and pretend like it's the first time you've said it. I'm going to say this like it's the first time I've said it, but I've said it 100 times.
How many times? Can you say it again?
About 100.
Oh.
About 100. No, XIV Nation, we've got the 2 link shells running. Probably going to have to open up a 3rd one until Square gives us gives everybody more capacity in link shells, so that we can condense everything. You may not be with all of GameBreaker Nation in your link shell, but you're with over 100 GameBreaker Nation people. I keep getting asked when the XIV Nation Free Company, which is the guild in Final Fantasy, is going to launch. And the answer is not yet, because that is part of what Missy's going to talk about, which is the GameBreaker Nation service and everything that goes with that. So you will always be welcome to hang out in the link shells. You can stay there forever, hang out, chat, and all of that. But XIV's Nation's Free Company is going to be part of the GameBreaker Nation paid service. So Missy will get into that. And now, if you are watching this episode because I told you in the link shell to go watch GameBreaker Nation Episode 3, it's not because I don't love you and I was mean in link shell and told you to go watch something. It's just because I don't want to type that anymore.
Just make an animated looping GIF of it and just like link just here.
Right. So check out this episode. It's part of the GameBreaker Nation. There you go. Coming soon if you're a GBN member.
All right, so Missy, where are we at with GBN stuff for this week? What's going on?
Okay, GBN. So let's get this all sorted out. GameBreaker Nation is about the community. We love the community. We love you guys. That's why we're doing this. So we're doing the in-game guilds. A lot of people are concerned that those games are going to be, like, the guilds are going to be small, and we're addressing this. Basically, we're talking about this, and everything is subject to change, of course, when it comes to the in-game guilds. But it's the community. We want to make the community welcoming. We want to make people happy, and that means I have to get core people for officers and event planners and MOBA mentors. So I'm still taking applications. I really need event planners. Anybody that likes planning any great events, please. I like you. Can you reply now? I'm having issues with that. So I don't need any more.
We'll
North
talk
America
about that a little bit
Warcraft
for
officer.
what are we looking for in event planners so people sort of understand.
So first thing, I have officers. Officers are basically my in-policy moderator keepers. They're there to make you feel welcome. They're there for you to feel comfortable around with. They're ones that are basically, part of the heart of the community when I can't be, because I can't be in all games. I might randomly pop in on Rift, but I can't be. And then above the officers is Officer Council. Officer Council are going to be the ones that are escalated, so that way if the officers can't handle something, the Officer Council handle it. If they can't handle it, I'm the last person. I'm policy commander. So that's the reason why sometimes when I talk, I'm a little blunt and to the point, because rules are great. Event planners. So event planners are the people that come up with these great in-game events. So remember our After Darks with Legendary, when we crashed servers and made people cry because we crashed their servers?
We're not going to try and crash servers maybe necessarily, but
no,
fun stuff
really
like
don't
that.
Want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the rough idea. So we want our event planners to come up with great, amazing stuff. So it's anywhere from like level 1 races to let's go PvP each other's faces off in another spot, to actually like having scavenger hunts or whatever else that some of my event planners have come up with that I am not at liberty to talk about because we still need more event planners. That's the conundrum.
Yeah, and some of the other cool ones too that I've heard, with some of the GameBreaker Nation meetings that we've had, the ones that are really cool as well is for some of the games that are a little bit like, we have a very MMO centric community, but it's still, I think we have a bunch of people who play like games like League of Legends and MOBAs. But then I think we also have a lot of people who play MMOs who would maybe like to try a game like League of Legends, but maybe necessarily are a little intimidated by it and don't want to just jump into it. Well, we're talking about things like having an event where, one night a week or something like that, the GameBreaker Nation League of Legends team brings in people who are brand new, fresh newbies who have never played before and help you learn how to play and kind of like have like a little bit of like, a university, League of Legends university sort of thing. So things like that and fun events to kind of get everybody maybe trying different games and cross-pollinating and things like that. And I guess, also... Yes. I
need a preschool.
Yeah, you do.
I need a League of Legends preschool.
Well, that's basically what I was trying to say. Not really university.
Well, that was the idea, too. Since we can't have officers in MOBAs, we're having mentors. So that means that if you're really good at playing like a certain role or a certain character, we want you to teach people how to play those guys at a scheduled time. Ta-da! Teaching newbies. So that's the process. That's everything. We might be switching up the applications, but I'm still taking applications now. Again, I need event planners. EU people, I like you too. Keep applying. Warcraft, EU, please.
And event planners are going to have the addition. It's going to be a lot of, for people who like this kind of stuff and want to really be social with it, it's going to be a lot of fun because what we plan on doing is hopefully most of the event people that we bring on can handle this as well, but we're also talking about like making sure that those people are somebody but they would be the perfect person to do it if they can handle it. Frapsing and recording a lot of the footage for the events and things like that and taking screenshots and maybe doing a write-up. And then there's going to be a whole GameBreaker Nation section on the websites. And yes, I said websites across all of them because they pretty much all will get a GBN section. And we're going to highlight that stuff. So, hey, check out last night, in Final Fantasy, Mike Byrne and a group of like 30 people went and took down blah, blah, blah. And, or went to this and had a great dance party in Limsa Lominsa and it was amazing and everybody showed up and it was huge. So fun stuff like that. We're going to highlight that stuff and we're going to post it and it's, it's going to be cool stuff. So that's another thing that we're looking for. So anyone out there who like really likes that sort of eventy socializing thing, definitely keep applying.
And it's not, some of the events might not just be isolated to GameBreaker Nation subscribers. We might be doing a couple of open ones too. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned.
I'm just going to address one. I don't have a number yet, but somebody in chat says, how much is GBN going to cost? $15 to $20 a month? No. I mean, if you want to pay that much, sure. Well, maybe, sure. You could send it in extra, but no, it won't be that much. No, it won't be that much. It'll be a lot cheaper than that. So
Yeah, well, we're still not talking about price.
we're still not talking about
finalizing
we're still trying to figure out how much stuff is going to
Yeah.
cost, like servers and Mumble servers, and because we also want to get servers up and running for games that require like dedicated servers, like DayZ servers and Minecraft servers and Cube Nation servers and like all that kind of stuff. We want to have dedicated servers, so there's a lot of costs involved. We're just trying to figure it all out. So, but no, it won't be like $15 to $20. It's not going to be more than a subscription to a game. That's for damn sure.
Are they getting all the GameBreaker specific game accounts?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
boy.
yes. We need to do that now. We need to do that today. What else do you got? What else you got going on? Anything else?
So I don't know. Do we want to talk about this, Gary? About like maybe the new format thingy of the
new what?
officers what? The new format possibly for interviewing officers and event planners, maybe.
Bird is like, let's wait. Let's leave that one for next week because I
That's
want
like
to.
that Stewie and Brian thing. How's the
Let's leave that for next. Let's leave that for next week so we can kind of build out some structure to it. It's basically we're talking about a little bit different of a way to bring event planners and officers into it, so it's not as informal as just an email. So we'll leave it at that. You have a question here from Jimmy T568. He says, "Have an idea." I'm sure this is in the works, but GBN guilds on all servers, on all games. I'm on Thrall US WoW. Would not mind starting a new guild and leveling it. Just an idea. PSD if doable. Won't do unless I get for okay. Well, it's so fragmented. But I guess they want to know if they can have a GBN guild on every single server.
No, please no.
Yeah, he's
No.
asking for it on every single server in every game, but the important part, I think, for you, Missy, actually here is he's offering to start the guild and level it up.
No.
So
No.
No. We've had
Fred
this
Bob
issue a
says
couple
no.
of times, unfortunately, and it's due to legal matters more than anything else. Is why you cannot use GameBreaker Nation. I'm sorry, you can't use that name. I get angry. It's just as simple as that. I really get angry.
That would just be completely out of control for anyone to try and coordinate. We could never, ever, ever in a million years facilitate and control this. So please don't do that. Last up, can you maybe give some information about Conspiracy Craft? You mentioned that you want to make it a Missy show, but where are we in the process of that? We are in the process of a whirlwind of craziness right now, and not a whole lot has happened with Conspiracy Craft. But you've been talking about actually kind of bringing it back as just a text piece for the time being until we get it sorted, right?
Yeah, I'm trying. Again, we're at how many sites now? And so I social on free to play, and it has to be re-social to GameBreaker and retweeted on the Twitter. I social to XIV, same process. I social to GameBreaker, get the drift. I'm busy, and then I'm checking the forums, and I'm trying to get officers, and sadly, Conspiracy Craft has kind of hit the back burner because I'm really busy.
So,
Gary, I'll host this. What game is this? I don't know. Have I heard of this game?
it's called Sasquatch in Space.
Nice. Is that like a Star Citizen hangar expansion thing?
Shut up. Adrian Clark, Little Missy, GameBreaker Nation administrator. Hit her up on the Twitter and the forums, anywhere else if you guys are interested in, like I said, for event planners or officers. She is the one to talk to.
There's a thread on the forums. It's GameBreaker Nation wants you, so go apply there.
There you go. Quinlan Bowers, editor-in-chief over GameBreaker. I don't know.
I do everything.
You can do it, yeah. I don't know why, unless you have questions to submit at GameBreaker.tv, she's the one who passes them along. So, there you go. Burn, he's just angry. Me, whatever.